Welcome back to Random Review, guys. It's been a few years since the last episode. Yeah, this is a little bit strange. I haven't done a review like this in a long time, where I just point the camera at a toy and I'm going to talk about it while I play with it. It's a format that really didn't like doing. I kind of like the heavy editing and the pre-scripting so I can work in jokes and not have to worry about the improv thing. It also takes way too long, and times are tough. Yeah, it's a little bit rough for me to produce those. So I don't want to have another month like January go by where I'm just barely making anything, and I'm not making anything of review quality. So let's do some random reviews. These I can post easily, I can do a lot of them, and I can talk about all the random Transformers just lying around my room that I have been meaning to talk about for years and just never really sat down and gave them the time. I'm still going to do TJ reviews from time to time when it is something that warrants it, and for non-Transformer toys that I want to review, but for now, we're going to do a little bit of this and see how it goes. And we're starting with RID Strongarm. Now, when the first wave of these came out, I was a little bit insecure about my opinion on this toy because I thought this was the best in Wave 1. And a lot of people disagreed with that. Everyone had their favorites. But since then, we've learned that two of the Warrior class toys in Wave 1 cannot stand up, and a third that everyone said was the best has exploding elbows. So I think I win. I think that's a victory for me in my opinion. So Strongarm here, our female lead of the new series, heavy police truck, and I'm not sure police use pickup trucks like this. It's kind of a riot trucky armor truck thing. Seems to only have space for two people, so I guess if they arrest somebody, they have to get locked in the trunk. Well, I'm not opposed to this. Okay, you shouldn't have robbed the convenience store if you didn't want to end up in a trunk. But it's a really nice looking vehicle mode. I really dig it. The heavy appearance, it's very different for a female Transformer. Now, you will notice it's fairly sparsely detailed. They did paint in the blue all the way to the front, and it's actually fairly well paint matched. It blends very nicely with the molded plastic. That's molded plastic, a little bit of paint app on the front for the headlights and the Autobot logo, and of course, the windshields all the way around are painted in black. I say all the way around, the rear wasn't done, but you can pretend that's not a windshield. It's your call, I don't care. It's your imagination, not mine. And then there is the light bar on top, which is red and blue, of course. And I'm happy to say, like, they actually went to the effort of putting a different shade of blue on the light bar, so it didn't just all match for no reason. It would have been really easy to skip. So that's pretty much all there really is to the vehicle mode. It's nicely detailed. You can see molding all throughout. I'm quite a fan of it, really. I mean, it's just this really heavy, this nicely... Well, it's all plastic wheels, and they're kind of cheaply pegged on, like they are these days. No surprise to the engineering in that regard. They don't roll as well as they used to. Well, actually, are they pinned on? Yeah, they're pinned on. Some are pinned on. Okay. Okay, the rear is pinned on. The front's pinned on. The rear is not. No. These are just not consistent like they used to be, are they? Yeah, they both kind of have that weird mushroom peg going on. There's a little... Ah, well. Yeah, point is they're cheaper made than they used to be, and they don't roll as well. Sucks. Okay, so we have a hole here at the top. Let's use the hole on top, and we'll give her the blaster that she comes with. And this is maybe the strangest blaster I've ever seen a Transformer come with. It's not badly designed, that's not the problem. It already has a blast effect coming out the tip. I don't recall any Transformer that had a blaster that had like a muzzle flare firing from it already. Usually that comes from like a missile that launches, but no, that's a static piece, and it's as close as I've ever gotten to just chopping a piece off because it looks so stupid. So right now I'm pretending it's like a Halo Needler, and it's got like crystals it fires, and it's for now it is my imagination, so haha, I'll say whatever I want. There, it's old school, just plug the gun in at the top and fire away. So it's very G1 in that regard. There are pegs on the side as well that also fit if you want it to be a little bit flatter. It's a preference thing, and I like preference thing. Now, the one thing about the vehicle mode, despite its size, it's actually quite light, and there's very good reason for that. And we will show it by transforming her with, we will move this little kibble out of the way. And did I say kibble? Yes, I did. Look at that. She's hollow! The doors come up like a DeLorean, and yeah, you can see most of this vehicle is accomplished with big shell pieces. But you know what? In this case, I'm not upset by it, because in her case, it bulks the vehicle mode out without making her like larger in robot mode than the others. So her vehicle mode looks appropriately big compared to Bumblebee, or I'm sure the upcoming Sideswipe. So that actually kind of works. That justifies her use of the shell, and I will give her a pass on that because it's a good way of making that vehicle mode the right size it should be. We fold the feet out. We'll go ahead and get that backpack out of the way. And now we have how the arms work. The arms are kind of nice on this one. Here's the grill. We flip that out. Bend those down, and boom. And boom. There are your arms. That's nice. I like that they use those shells to fold together and create bulky parts. It's good use of partage. So we fold those wings up. Here, come on. No, let's get that all the way back. There we go. There we go. I always forget how this goes. Ah, well. It works either way. We will rotate the waist around, get the front of the legs up, and now we close up the chest. And this is completely useless, this part of the transformation, because even when it's left like that, it fits in vehicle mode. So it's kind of silly, really. But oh well. So that is her in robot mode. I never know if I've got these right. I should pay attention to the toy I review, shouldn't I? It locks in either way. That's the weird part. So, yeah. Strongarm. I really actually dig her. Okay. I wasn't going to complain about it, but these stupid shoulder hinges will not stay put now. Okay. See, I've been playing with it fine for weeks now, but now we get her on camera, she's just problematic. Of course she is. Temperamental diva. But that is Strongarm. She is nice and buff, and she's so different from the typical female Transformers we've gotten. There's no trace of any girlish colors. There's just a vague amount of female form to get the gender across. Oh, and she just looks really tough, and it works. It works so well. See, we can take a look at the head, if that focuses in. You get a little bit of the female vestige in there. It's very animated. There's no nose. It's very expressive, big eyes. I really dig this. And I like that they gave her Prowl's old horns, kind of keeping a police tradition going on there. You can see she's got the Autobot logo on... It's supposed to be a scanner code. I cannot help it. This looks like a poker chip. I don't know. So she's nicely detailed. You can see like a utility belt there around the waist. I like that. The legs are made up at the back of the vehicle mode, so no big molding surprises. No real molding surprises, period, to her. You know, outside of yeah, that's kibble. That's kibble is what that is. At least it's in the show, so it's not completely cheating. But I really do dig her for what she is. She's got the ball joints at the shoulders. She also has one in the head, so she can look around in all directions. The elbows are technically two layered because of the transformation, so that has a good range. And because of that hinge, her shoulders can move out quite a bit farther than you would expect. We saw the waist rotate for transformation. That still works. Ball joints in the hips. We have a swivel at the thigh. Very nice 90-degree knee bend. And a little bit of play in the foot if you really are so inclined to use it. So very nicely articulated. She is posable. She works. If I actually get that up and not obstruct the arms. That is one of the problems to the kibble, I will admit. Generally keep it folded up like there so nothing starts clashing, getting in the way. And of course, we can weaponize her with her stupid blasting at all times. She's not that trigger happy to have a gun that's just always going off. Again, I like the shape of the gun. I don't mind it. It's the flare on the barrel that makes no sense. But for what it is good. I will accept it. What I don't like is that there's these pegs on the side, and they work in vehicle mode, but usually that's for side mounting a piece, you know, like to mount it off of the arm, like here, but there's nothing. There's absolutely no other way to play them on. Ah, well. So that's already Strongarm, and I'm actually a really big fan of the toy. She is simple. There's nothing really complex about her transformation. I do like the trick to get her arms transformed. That's nice. And she's not too unpleasant to transform back to vehicle mode, despite the big amount of panel she uses. Oh, look at that. We actually have a peg in there. So let's go ahead and store the weapon. Yeah. There we go. Close that up. Weapon storage. Nice feature. I quite enjoy her, and I will stand by my opinion. This is the best in the first wave. She doesn't have exploding elbows, and look. Stands! This is so hard, it's all I ask.